Breathe, Raptors fans. Breathe. It's all good. Just take deep breaths. It's only the first game of the season. Relax. Don't look at the trading block just yet. Don't try to trade players off and fix all our issues in one game at the very first game. Just relax. Just breathe. It's a process. Let's just breathe. Woosah. Hello everyone. Whatagwan, and welcome to the 7th episode of Raptors in 1. So guys, today we're going to be covering the first game of the season, the home opener for the Toronto Raptors as they take on the Washington Wizards. It was a great game, great introduction. We had our own Cardinal official who did the pre-game festivities, so to speak. And we introduced the whole squad, everybody from the bottom of the bench all the way to the starters. It was a great feel, Of course, our slogan, "We back," and that's right, we're back. We the North, baby, all the way. Welcome home, Toronto Raptors. It was just great. It was just great. But I wish I could say the same about the game. I was expecting the Raptors to win this one, but of course it didn't end that way. The Raptors lost, and I believe the score, let's look at the score here. It was 83-98, was it? Yep. 83 for Toronto Raptors and 98 for the Washington Wizards. Can't say I didn't see this coming. The way we ended that preseason against the same squad, we didn't have all our best players. Yeah, they didn't have some of their best good players too, like Spencer Dinwiddie. He didn't play. But they still had most of the same characters that played in tonight's game, and they still lost. Even though I was expecting that win, at the back of my head, I had this feeling, my spidey senses, or whatever you want to call it, I had this feeling that this was going to be a revenge game for the Washington Wizards. And of course, the wins count now. And again, just like I had mentioned in my post-game thoughts for the last preseason game, Washington Wizards, their roster is a very interesting roster. And yes, I meant it. They have a very interesting roster. They have some good pieces. And tonight it showed. Tonight it showed that, I think they had a complete game. You got to give credit where credit's due. Their defense was amazing. They executed offensively pretty well. They didn't take care of the ball so much, but again, that's all due to the defensive pressure that the Raptors were putting on them. But apart from that, yeah, they won this game from start to finish, hands down. Now, of course, when you look at this game, some things are gonna stand out, and you can tell even if you didn't watch the game just by looking at the stats. You can kind of get an idea of what happened, like where was the Raptors' shortcomings in this game. If you look at the stats just real quick here, field goal percentage. This is where you can start thinking whatever you want to, and you probably wouldn't be wrong. Toronto finished the game off with a 30.9% field goal percentage, and Washington had 44.4%. That is a huge disparity. Now we're going to be talking about comparing the stats of the field goal percentage with the 3-point percentage, and this should probably give you an idea of where the damage happened for the Raptors. So obviously, recapping that, we have our field goal percentage for Toronto at 30.9% versus Washington's field goal percentage, which was at 44.4%. Now, if you look at the 3-point field goal percentage for the Raptors, it was 20.6%. Now you look at the Washington Wizards, and it was 18.5% field goal 3-point percentage. 18.5 versus 20.6 for us. So clearly we had, even though it was this game clearly had like abysmal 3-point field goal percentage, we still had the edge. So where did we go wrong? Or more so, as opposed to saying where did we go wrong, where did we get hurt the most? That was in the paint. That's where we got hurt the most. That's where they succeeded the most when it came to getting their field goal percentage up, which was I mean, think about it, 44% field goal percentage with an 18.5% from the 3-point line. That goes to show you that, again, I'm no math guru here, but that goes to show you that we were murdered in the paint. And I was expecting that. I mean, almost every team is going to be doing this to the Raptors. They know that we're vulnerable inside. So how are you going to get your points? Just keep feeding the rock inside. That's it. So I had a little poster malfunction over there. So I'm going to continue recording the rest of this video as is. Moving on, let's look at some other stats over here. If we look at points in the paint, I didn't even look at this stat before figuring out where we went wrong. Of course, I watched the game, that kind of helps. But points in paint for Washington, 56. For Toronto, 40. Yeah, it was painful to watch. Every time that ball went inside the paint, I knew what was going to happen, and it did. It did. We did have the edge in the fast break points. We had 18 versus their 8. But again, they didn't really need to run. They knew that we wanted to run and gun, and they wanted to set up the half-court offense. So the players of the game for this time around, they obviously came from the Washington Wizards squad, and it was Bradley Beal and Montrezl Harrell. So Bradley Beal, you know, he's your, at least according to me, he's your typical Raptors killer. Okay, he, for some reason, he always shows up to play against the Raptors. He's been doing that since I want to say since John Wall's been on the squad. He just loves playing against the Raptors. He just loves killing us, and that's what he did. Sure, he didn't have that great of a field goal percentage. We're looking at 7 of 19, but he still got to his spots. He still got his, you know, he went to the line 8 times. And of course, 4 steals. So he played some good defense. Montrezl Harrell, again, it's the points in the paint that just killed us. And he was the main reason. And you could tell this entire game, size bothered us. It really did. And Harrell, like, he took advantage, man. 25 minutes, he's got 22 points. 1 assist, 9 boards. He almost got a double-double. I'm actually surprised he only got 9 boards. I thought this guy was crashing the boards like crazy. I thought he definitely had a double-double, but I mean, whatever. 9 of 11 field goal percentage. Ouch. I mean, that's, you know, he just bodied up, sized up. That's exactly what every team is going to do from now on. While saying that, though, I will say, you know, this game for us was, it wasn't a good game in the sense, like, defensively, and the energy that we put, especially after the half when we picked it up, we had some good, like, you know, good runs. We were trying to come back. It's just that it was not a good shooting night for us. Now, half of the shots that we did jack up, those were either contested shots or just bad shots, or just desperation shots. You know, just trying to get the energy going. You know, but then the other half of the shots, you could tell, even if they were good shots, they were just like, they were just going in and out, or you know, like typical shots that you know that they're gonna make, they were just missing it. There were some bunnies that they lost close to the hoop. Those bunnies were that you know that they're gonna make, and it just wasn't our night at the offensive end. It was our game to lose. Does that mean that the Wizards did not put in good effort? No, I think they did. They put in excellent effort all game long. Yes, turnovers, whatever. I don't care about that. Win's a win at the end of the day. I thought they had a complete game. The Wizards bench also outplayed our bench. You know, I mean, from our bench, I think only Delano Banton, like he put in some effort there, and he tried to make something happen. He had a really good game for his first NBA game as a Canadian representing the Raptors. That was amazing to watch. His first points were that crazy buzzer beater at the half court, almost a half court shot. So that was nice to see. With if I can remember, for Freddie, he scored our first points of the season back at home, and that was a 3-pointer too. And when I saw that, I was like, yes, I feel good about this game. It looks like this will be a nice win to welcome the Raptors back home. It didn't happen, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just the first game, guys. There's no need to panic. And, you know, have faith in the players. Have faith in Nick Nurse. I have a feeling he's going to have an extra hard practice, and he's going to get through to his players this time around for the next game. If you've been watching my other episodes and my other post-game thoughts, you know, you probably realize that I always big up my two favorite players, Precious, Scotty Barnes, OG. I mean, you know, he's my favorite player too, but you know, he's always been consistently good. This time around, again, like I said, this was not a very good game. It was painful to watch, offensively at least. You know, well, let's have a look. I mean, Precious. Oh man, I feel for him, man. I feel for him. But we'll see how he bounces back next game. You know, 18 minutes, 6 points, 2 assists, 7 boards. Again, he's a center, you know, power forward center. He's playing mostly center, and he struggled. He struggled against big people. It was going to happen. I would want to say, though, that Freddie had a feeling, definitely and historically has struggled against bigger defenders, and it was apparent this time around. You could see it. He was struggling against the bigger defenders. Size really did affect us. I think I must have mentioned that like 5 or 6 times already in this video. I'm not keeping track, but that was just the ugly reality of this game. It just was. Scotty Barnes had a decent game. You know, he tried, man. He tried. He was hustling out there. He's got 12 points, 1 assist, 9 boards, almost a double-double, right? 32 minutes of action. You got 5 or 13 field goal percentage. Again, just to show you, apart from the fact that the shots that we normally take weren't going in, size bothered us. You know, they contested all the shots. The defense was good this time around, you know. I don't know what it was about this game. I really don't know. I have a feeling, at least from what I was watching, maybe it was just nerves. We're a young team. It showed. It showed. Even though they were struggling offensively, they did not hang their heads. They made that effort to play defense, you know, bring some sort of energy, make something happen, you know. So I'm not panicking too much. I'm not. So that's it. That was the game in a nutshell, guys. I didn't want to go into too much details about the stats. Yeah, I'll admit it. I'm a Raptors fan, so I was a little bummed out about the loss, but I'm not panicking. No, there's no reason to panic. One thing I would like to point out was that Dragic, yeah, I'm going to talk about Dragic, okay? Again, that whole higher aspiration interview is, I'm not going to get over it. At least not until he's traded off. He did not have a good game, but he also didn't have necessarily a bad game. I'm not going to get into the stats. I don't care about this guy. It's just that I want you guys to observe this, okay? We're gonna play against the Dallas Mavericks. I think I want to say Saturday, the 23rd of October. So Dallas is coming into town. I would love to see how Dragic plays. I have a feeling he's gonna have an amazing game against them. He's gonna put up some great numbers because he wants to get traded there. I think he does. He definitely wants to get traded there because he wants to play with his boy Luka, right? And you know what? If he wants to have a good game against them, as long as it translates into a win for us, I don't care. But I just want this guy out. I just don't want him in our squad. It's all right, fans. It's all right. It's all good. We lost our first game. That's all right. We got a game Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. Pacific. I think we had 3 hours. Yeah. 10:30 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be against Boston. If the preseason is any indicator, it's going to be a tough game to win. It will be, especially because now they know how to beat us. Having said that, I have faith in Nick Nurse. I think he's going to rally up his troops, and he's going to make sure that the message is delivered and received. And if I'm the Raptors, I'm going to try to make a statement in this game. All right? And if I'm the Celtics, I'm thinking, you know what? This is going to be a revenge game. The Raptors, they're just going to be looking for revenge. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I know that was a little Drake thing. Yeah, whatever. Sue me. Actually, don't sue me. But yeah, anyway, so I can't wait for it. Let's get a W, guys. So that's it for me, guys. If you like the content and you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It's this way. Give it a thumbs up, or comment. Let me know what you guys think. Who's gonna win the next game between the Raptors and Celtics? I'm picking Raptors. Raptors fan. I think it's gonna be a revenge game for the Raptors, or a statement game. I really hope they do. I really hope. But yeah, let me know. Comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know who's gonna win. And of course, if you like my content, I'm obviously, the season has just started, and my content has also just started. So guess what? I'm gonna have a lot more content. And if you want to keep up with me, go ahead, subscribe to this channel, Raptors in One. Don't forget. So until next time, have a good night. I'm out.